Welcome everybody to the Crisis Psychic channel, formerly Ecliptic Spiritualist. Happy full moon in Libra and happy new year astrologically. And additionally, welcome to eclipse season already in it for the new year of 2024. As you get ready to get into this overview about this important lunar eclipse for all of us, go on and grab a snack, some notes. Get ready to hear this a couple of times. It's a slow motion intro into this 2024 for all of us. But if you take your time and listen to this all the way, then it'll give you some insight. I want to have you have some prompts to work with as well in my diary here that is written, and so much more. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe so that others can get this interesting new beginning of 2024 for each and every one of us. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're an old friend to the channel, if you're a North Node member on Patreon, join for solidarity practitioners there, so that way you get enhanced information to go along with your private practice, okay? Now, in this full moon in Libra coming in the next 2 days, it's a very important personal planet for each and every one of us, okay? And so this full moon lunar eclipse in Libra is 2024. It will come in if you're in the Eastern Standard Time at 3 a.m. So it's not you're going to be asleep, or those that are night owls or do work at night, you'll be up, okay? Now, you won't be able to see it too well in the northern hemisphere unless you're high up in elevation, but we will be able to visually see the full one that will be on April the 8th, okay? So this eclipse affects people, personal planets, and is at 0 to 10 degrees of cardinal signs. Now, if you are a cardinal sign, you want to check your rising and ascendant, and most importantly, you really need to know your moon sign, okay? So the cardinal signs for this is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Most significantly will feel this personal 10 degree 0, all right? If I get a chance, I'll slip some pics in of the snapshot of what this looks like. Other than that, I may get a chance to post this snapshot on Patreon. So join Patreon. It does help the channel. We've been here 7 years. And so that lets you know we're here for the long haul. Okay. But other than that, I've been a practitioner for a very long time. I also have taught a lot of astrological coursework, practitioner type information, and so much more. So I'm very familiar with this science that is a part of our understanding in our solar system. Because keep in mind that the Earth is part of the solar system. We sit on her as a terrestrial energy, okay? And it's an alive planet that we rest upon, and that we are chosen to be on this planet. We chose it, it chose us, along as we move about in our beautiful universal solar system. So everything doesn't evolve around Earth. We evolve around all of the planets, and all of it is a part of us, okay? So the lunar eclipses is all about relationship and polarities. I will be going through my notes, so this might be a tad long, okay? So keep in mind that I will get a chance to do a full moon eclipse reading, so stay tuned for that. With the Aries Libra axle involved. So this lunar eclipse presses us to look more closely at our needs, lacks, and wants concerning the balance between Aries ruled and Libra ruled areas of our life. And so the contrast between fiery, direct, confrontational Aries and the logical, tactful, balance-oriented Libra comes full bloom. Okay, so we've got these oppositional areas that is in all of us. All of us have, or we suppress certain theory that we can't have fiery, direct, confrontational energy as we're in Aries. And we also use our logic and tactful and balance-oriented aspects that will come into full bloom. But will you execute these key areas in the remaining of 2024? Because it's launching each and every one of us facing these things in our lives, so that the energy will bring us more into awareness of the need and the knowledge of relationship and community and all that comes with maintaining them. Okay, so these are key areas of 2024 for each and every one of us, not to lack in these areas, so that way we can climb the mountains of this earth and climb it effectively, so that we know how to work within our gifts of knowing. Okay, because most importantly, knowing will change your life. Now, if you decide that you're going to close your eyes and go to sleep in a pinnacle time of this beginning of an eclipse season to launch us into 2024, then you choose to close your eyes and go to sleep. It will be sad for you, because you will miss key opportunities that will keep you on your journey for years to years and come, and also miss a lot of mistakes, or the mistakes that you once had in your life. Unknowingly or knowingly, you no longer have to do those things, but be accountable to the movement that you're moving into a 2024. Be accountable, so that way you will change. You will change, and that you will be aware in your logic and in your intuition as you are guided through the planet of Mars, of fire and surge, and then the planet of Venus, that's about balance and love, with the two giving a gentle mwah kiss to each other to say, go get it, because you deserve it. A gentle push, but a fiery push of speed and being tactful. Okay, so with the lunar eclipse presses us to look more closely at what we desire, what we need. You know, looking at lack. Where do you lack at? Where? What's truthfully your lack? Not what this world brings all this fake foolery of what you lack. No, what do you truly lack, that the inner child within you says, give forgiveness to yourself, so that you can truly understand what lack is, and not what they perpetuate what lack is in this 3D realm. Look at the 4D realm within to understand what is lack and what is need. Okay, and what's concerning you for the balance that will rule your 2024 going into 2025 areas of your life. Now, the energy of this Libra full moon is about awareness and of the need of relationships and all that comes with maintaining them. Now, last year, you can go back to this season on the channel and look at some areas that I talked about maybe last year, but maybe 2 years ago, going into 2021, I talked about community, okay? Gave a prophetic word about community and Heidelberg energy and alienation energy going into 2021. If you captured that video, go back, you will see we are now operating in that energy, and it's been surging and talking about it through 2023. Prophetically spoke that word going into 2021. Now, with relationships, it's all about community. But what is community to you? Who are your allies? Ask yourself that. And if you don't have an ally, you need to make some allies. Okay? Because you're going to need allies with relationships, but true allies, not instant microwave popcorn allies, but those that you can trust from within that you know, not a 2-month ally. We're talking about depth allies. If you don't have that, ask Spirit to show you the way to have that in your truth. What is true? Okay. So maintaining it has a lot to do with making agreements with one another. You know, agree or disagree, whether or not it is what it is, compromise, negotiating, graciousness, and balancing. The Aries sun, on the other hand, is self-assertive. So you're going to get this assertiveness for 2024 coming in. And leading and personally courageous. And put that in the chat, courageous. This full moon is going to urge us to strike a balance between meeting our personal needs and attending to the needs of significant community and significance of others, between independence and autonomy, dependence, or companionability. Okay. Now, the physicality of the autonomy is checking within and make sure that your body is in full alignment with all the elements so that you are functioning properly. Check your health. Okay. The Libra moon is diplomatic with this full moon, equality minded and fair minded, as this Aries sun values authenticity over tact and is energized by independent efforts. This full moon illuminates the conflict. It illuminates the conflict of the last days. The last days of going into the age of Aquarius. The last days do exist, and we are in them. We are in a new age of which the earth is moving to prove itself, to say to human beings that you can be in harmony. That is what we're truly here for, is to be in harmony and to be in love. But there's been so much strife and entanglement because human feel like they must control everybody and make them their slaves. But if you operate in your mind in the 4D, you would take yourself out of the slave mentality and allow yourself to illuminate through the conflict of humankind and be aware of the age of Aquarius, being aware of Pluto moving into Aquarius to change, to be that rising phoenix of change for yourself, your children, your children's children. This is an everlasting change, the pinnacle part of pivot. Neglecting either end of this Aries Libra axle will surely make a default button on us. Ideally, a balance should be found between the two energies, and this is what the full moon invites us to do. So the full moon is about emotional declarations. Write that in the comments or put that in your journal, practitioner. Emotional declarations. Healing yourself from within with forgiveness. Healing. Not holding on. Forgiveness will allow you to go through the seasons of making a declaration and then showing it by action. Okay. And something has been building inside of us for that. So we are in the last days. And likely of this, it would give us a personal nature and know it is time when the energy of the cosmos fairly demands that we let it all out, to breathe, pushing out life. We were created by the breath of the source energy to breathe because we were made in the likeness of the divine, not in the likeness of fake money and fake reality, but the reality of the source of the universe, to operate from within that change for our children's children's children, that we will leave here, those that have children, to show that this is a change. We are on a true axle. The earth is on an axle, right? It's built and it's spinning on an axle. Okay. However, the Aries and Libra is the axle point of the degrees to say, hey, what will you do differently? If you don't and you close your eye, you will be asleep. Sleep a whole nother cycle, a whole nother 4 seasons. Would you choose to do that or be awake? Okay. Now, over the coming months coming in, we will discover what this declaration means to us. We will discover and see things unfold. But for now, it'll be a little difficult to sit on our feelings that we may need to express them. I would say to take downtime, to relax in your feelings. Don't release on others. Try to be more controlled. A lot of us are controlled that are mature in their practice. And sometimes there is a time to be fiery and bring the noise. And hey, it is what it is. Stand on business, so to speak, of what they say. You know, don't let nobody play in your face and be yourself. Okay, that's what it's about. All right. And closing down to toxic things that aren't really part of the direction that you're going. And ask the divine to keep you on course. Keep you on course. Don't get misdirected. Okay. The full moon lunar eclipse illuminates the conflicts between yourself and between yourself. Me, myself, and I. Okay. And with the full moon, it'll be bright in the sky and it's symbolic to illumination. It illuminates ourselves. Okay. This eclipse is about awakening to the need, all right, to enjoy and appreciate our community, your partners, significant others, loved ones, your animals, your fur babies. You may even see things that come up to you differently coming into this eclipse season, and you being more sensitive to your nature, more sensitive to where your gifts open up. You may even be able to hear other people's thoughts more clearly. It may even become shocking that everything that you can hear comes to pass. You may even be a little shocked that when you touch things, it lifts in the air. You may even be shocked that you can control your dreams. You may even be shocked that when you travel in the astral realm that you can go and tackle somebody in speed realm and then come right back into your inner self and have dealt with the matter all in a blink of an eye of light. You may have that experience coming into 2024. Okay. This full moon and eclipse, it gives us great possibilities and learning experiences. All right. So I want to kind of sum up from there and get into some other prompts. Some things that I would say to burn with your this Libra full moon and lunar eclipse is to burn a blue candle. Okay. As well, you can burn your Nam Champa. All right. Burn Nam Champa as your incense. And when I went to my crystals to see which crystal spirit wanted me to look at, I just found aventurine was in my nice jar of crystals that I have. So I pulled aventurine as a crystal to focus on with this energy. You may have your box of crystals and you may be driven through what crystals you may want to add to this full moon in Libra for you. Okay. Choose your own crystal or grab aventurine if you got it to work with your crystals during this time. All right. I do want to talk a little bit about some journal prompts. Okay. And I do want to let you know that Uranus is going to be in conjunction with Venus. Okay. If you see me rubbing your head, my energy is just fine. I'm just a little bit sensitive to this energy of the full moon coming in. Let me know down below if you are. I do feel it with 72 hours before and 72 hours afterwards. I don't recommend you do as you will with your practice, but I don't recommend taking a bath and a shower in that explosive energy. I always say take a shower prior to and wash up, because sometimes the water can get a little murky and it's not the best water to take a bath and shower. That's just my advice. Okay. But do as you chose. If you feel good about doing that, do what what you feel. But I always train not to do that during this time. Okay. One of the things I do want to talk about is, and I may put some of the questions in Patreon to work with, but a couple of things you do want to focus on is you want to check to see about decluttering and releasing. If you need to declutter, make sure you do that. Make sure that you release, like I was sharing, move on, forgive, and detox. Decluttering your home, making things, the energy more fluid. Getting rid of things so that way is harmonious and balanced. If you could rest during the eclipse, the first day, if you can, take some downtime, I strongly suggest that and get before your altar space. If you have your ancestor altar, by all means, please make sure that you're working with your ancestors all the time. But also with this eclipse, is very explosive, and we're in this eclipse season for right now. You want to make sure you declutter. Make sure also that you're drinking plenty of water and be very hydrated, because you can feel a little dehydrated during this time. Okay. So here is a couple of questions about forgiveness during this full moon that I want to leave with you. And I will post it up on Patreon as well. Join Patreon and help support the channel, okay? And your solidarity as a practitioner. So here's a couple of questions. The eclipse offers an even more powerful portal through which we can pass, leaving behind everything that happened and taking only the lessons with us from the previous 2023 year. Only the lessons, please. Focus on only the lessons, all right? So where in your life do you need to turn a page? That's one question. The other question is, what do you need to change before you commit to doing something new or continuing something, okay? And am I willing to do it? These are three key questions that you want to look at, okay? And letting go. Again, I don't recommend taking a bath during this time, but, doing your candle work, burning a blue candle, using avitrine as your crystal of focus, and burning Nam Champa is one of my favorites to burn. It's a very clearing energy. It's soft, it's settled, and it's very nice and detailed to clear out energy within your home or your environment. Okay, so just to let you know, we've been on the Aries Libra sign axle from April 2023 to 2025. So keep in mind that this lunar eclipse is a set of eclipses falling along this axle from 23 to March of 2025. Okay, so keep in mind we're going to continue on this axle for quite a while in Aries and Libra, and they bring about completion for us and life-changing. The science of astrology is a great guide for each and every one of us, and we're able to be a part of it. So ask yourself how this full moon will help you and your loved ones. We got a lot of backdrop to do that. Keep in mind that I do offer personalized reading sessions, customized ritual work with a spell work, and so much more. My website is https://crisispsychic.com. There you will find me. Make sure that you are signed up for the email, okay? You will find me there. Sign up for the email. Actually, make sure you don't have it blocked so you can get the emails, along with joining Patreon and so much more. Have a wonderful full moon in Libra. A great, great, great eclipse for you and yourself and your family. Now, see you later.